And then again, the goal, get to the other side of the board. Again, I found it very
too basic.
Basic, very ordinary, I would say that. So you could, I mean, I think I put a comment also. You could say the goal of the game is to become diphthong expert or something like that. Because if a student completes or reaches the end of the game, he or she is able to pronounce, certain diphthongs word, not all of them. Okay. So what you could do is that you could also write words in some sort of increasing complexity for second graders. Again, you are the expert here. I'm just suggesting you from the gaming standpoint. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense. So basically, okay, keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So accurately read the diagram. Okay, this is the only thing that makes sense. Build confidence. This is not a learning goal.
I see what you mean.
Improving reading accuracy as other students will be listening to their peers. Okay, no. Okay. This is, I think number 3 is part of number 1, right? So I would suggest, list 3 goals which are, they should be built upon each other, but but it seems that number 1 and number 3 are kind of
okay
similar.
Would it be okay if, for example, number 3, reading accuracy? Because in the upcoming assignment that I'm going to submit or get peer, get reviewed here in a couple days, there is an actual listening skill state standards. Could I list the state standard for that? Would that be okay instead of just improving reading accuracy? Because here it's about the students listening to the other readers and improving listening skills, and there is a state standard for that. Is it okay if I put the state standard there for that?
Okay, so remember, learning goals are not standards. Learning goals, you actually write learning goals out of the standards. Like, for example, if the standard is, for example, I can give you a math example. Okay, like add words, add numbers from 1 to 20. Okay, so within that standard, as an instructor, you can write down several goals. Like, students will be able to add numbers from 1 to 20 using manipulatives, for example, using counting forward strategy. Using this, they can solve word problems involving addition operation. So these are 3 different learning goals related to one standard. So either you can share a standard. I'm sure there are learning standards in China. You can share a standard with me, and I can tell you what learning goals you can write on, with respect to that standard, but you cannot write down standards here. Learning goals come. So remember, like, standards are like big umbrellas. So this is what students are wired, to learn. But as an instructor, you need to break down those standards into learning goals so that students can understand what they are going to accomplish in a particular lesson, right? So I would say revise these things, which are really, really important. Okay, so see here. It's written here, list each mechanic and the learning goal to which it is tied and describe how the mechanic supports the learning goals. Or the gameplay also, you could say that. These totally need, so like, again, no extraneous cognitive load doesn't make sense to me, because that is not the skill that the students are learning, okay? If they are using a tally sheet to keep track of their points, this is not the learning goal here. Okay, that they will have. And then interact model, emotional interactivity. Again, this is not a learning goal. Think about what are the learning goals. So the problem with your learning mechanics is because the learning goals itself, they are not well written. So think about how students can achieve number 1 learning goal. How, like, the gameplay supports students to do that. Okay. Have you read example that I shared?
Which
Right.
one? Because let me.
I shared an exemplar from previous semester. Have you read that?
I did, but it's been a while, so it's kind of hard to reference it like right off the top of my head right now.
So yes, so go back to that example and see how those students they have written these learning mechanics. So basically, in the learning mechanics, you are going to describe how the gameplay and or the game mechanics are supporting students to achieve these three learning goals. Like, for example, the first one is accurately reading digraph words to get points. So here you can mention that as students are going to play here, moving from one, word to another, they practice, they have to read out loud or they have to pronounce a word to proceed in a game, and that helps students to accurately read it because that's a motivation to like earn more points and to come first, whatever, like you can describe something like that. This board is very well made, but again, give it some name, like I said, diphthong board, something like that. Be creative here. And what did I? Yes. So rules. So here in the, I think the game elements, you need to describe like what are these two special cards, try again and help card, and how these cards, what are their roles. I get that. I know it makes sense over here, but give some example here also in the beginning under the basic elements of the gameplay here. Okay, how it will be, they will be played out when students will be playing this game.
Let's see. Oh, okay, I see.
Yes. So see here, if I'm reading the basic elements of the gameplay, I need to know what are the elements, what are the cards involved in this game. There are no mention here.
Yeah, I just realized that there's no mention of the cards at all in there. It's just missing.
Yes, and that is why the other team was confused too about, that is the reason they asked you a question about those help cards, right? Didn't they?
Yes, they did actually.
Yes. So
we figured that they just missed the rule part, but then again, that's our fault.
Yes. So do those revisions. Otherwise, you'll be losing points. I mean, this is a well-designed game. The idea is wonderful, but you need to, polish this idea to make it look more refined. Otherwise, you're going to lose points. Okay?
Yes, I understand, Professor.
Okay. Well, I would suggest at least send me your learning goals before you start working on your learning mechanics so that I can give you my suggestions whether these learning goals make sense or not.
Okay.
Okay, give me 1 second. I will share you, for example, another student's assignment to give you an idea, another idea.
Okay.
Okay, that will give you an idea that what are you not doing right. But I hope it makes sense not to use like building confidence and teamwork.
It's too broad, and you can't really assess it, and it's not.
Yes, I mean, how again, how are you going to assess that whether the students are like building confidence? Give me 1 second. It's coming up. So this is like from another assignment. This is like written by fellow classmates of yours. Like, for example, here, this is about kinetic energy and potential energy. So here, look here, the students have written goals as understand the functions and uses of potential and kinetic energy. recognizing everyday examples, discovering the impact of this, whether on energy, relating it to daily experiences, because this is how they have designed this game. So see here, these learning goals make sense. And then here, so see here, in the objects, they have listed each and every card, okay, how they are going to play, what are their functions. And then here, learning mechanics. They are describing, so what are the learning mechanics? So see here, learning mechanics, learning goal, and how the mechanic supports the learning goal. I mean, if you don't want to be this elaborate, you don't have to be, but I'm just giving you an example. This is how it should be written, okay? That how the mechanics support the learning goal.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay,
Yes,
I get it. I should make
yes,
make it try to be a
yes.
lot
So
easier to
I would
understand.
again suggest go back to the example that I shared via email. Even in that example, learning mechanics are very well written. I think the only problem with that assignment is with the learning goals. Students accidentally the standards, not the learning goals in that assignment, but the learning mechanics are very well written. So go and read that assignment again and revise this assignment.
Okay, I will.
Okay, questions?
Actually, let me open since I have you on right now. Hold on, let me open the this week's assignment real quick. Give me 2 seconds here, because I kind of had some question. Because give me 2 seconds. Where is it? Sorry, I have so many folders for everything school stuff going on. Let me see. Where is it? Oh, it's right here on my desktop. I'm just looking right past it. Hold on. Let me open it real quick. That's the template. I don't want that one. I want the other one.
Are you talking about the lesson plan 1?
Yeah, yes, actually. That's what I'm about to.
What question you have?
I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I had it this morning, but just today we had assessment, so I've just been busy all day. Let me see. Okay. Just for example, in the understanding goals, I wrote mine. I just want to know if this is okay the way I wrote it. Students will be able to recall and recognize vocabulary that was used throughout the lesson. That's one of the goals. Another goal is students will be able to verbally demonstrate vocabulary and sentences. And learning goal number 3, students will be able to express correct emotions corresponding what is being asked. I can show me a happy face. They'll be able to express the correct emotions. Is that an okay learning goal? Because I found these.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, well, listen to me. For the lesson plan, I believe you are supposed to share learn the content standard.
The what standard?
The content standard. The content standard.
Oh, content.
Not only, you have to share with me the content standard as well, so that I can understand where the learning goals are coming from. You cannot just randomly write down.
Oh no, I got them from the. Let me see. Hold on, let me show you real quick.
Okay. You just need to share the document or refer me to the document which you are referring to. But to me, I mean, if you ask me, is